What's going on, TFC friends and family? Travis back for a video after 6-8 weeks of being away, being in the hospital, figuring out my health and my life. And through that, I've decided I want to share with you some things that I learned about saving money on medication and lab work. As some of you know, I was in the hospital a couple of weeks ago. Things are on the up and up, but if you'd like more information, feel free to just reach out to me personally, message us on Facebook here, or you can reach out to my personal page if you have any questions about what it is I went through. But through all of that, I decided to try and bring you guys some value. So over the next 4 or 5 minutes, I'm going to share some tips about saving money on lab works and medication. So as I came out of the hospital, I went from being on 3 medications to being on maybe 14 or 15, which is a huge sticker shock when you have been doing something so consistently for so long and all these things change and you have to shift up everything that you were doing in your day and your life to revolve around these medications and the price and all of this stuff. So my first tip for saving money on medication is don't be bogged down by your insurance and don't be bogged down by a single pharmacy. Your transplant team, your social workers are all going to be a huge help in being able to lower the cost of your medication. You just have to ask, you have to do research on your own. So one of the first things that you can do is don't be held to a single pharmacy, whether you're supposed to go to Walgreens or CVS or get it from the hospital, whatever it is, just know that there are other options for you. I go to 4 separate pharmacies to get my medicine. 4. I go have one that's a mail-in, that's a specialty pharmacy that I get my Prograf tacrolimus from. A lot of you guys, a lot of your kids are on that. Saves me about 80% per month on that. It went from $100 a month to about $70 for 3 months. So that's a huge shift. I go to HEB for a single medication because of a discount card. This medication is usually about $100 a month. HEB has it for 20. I don't know how they do it. Ask about it. Ask me about it later. If you want to know the medication, make sure you ask in the comments and I will let you know what it is. I go to a single pharmacy called Galaxy Pharmacy in the Medical Center for CellCept. A lot of us are on that as well. They have a specialty program, no discount card needed or anything like that, but it's actually cheaper than getting the off-brand, going through insurance, all of that. And then finally, for all of my non-anti-rejection, non-transplant specific medications, I go to a specialty pharmacy in the medical center. It's actually a Walgreens, community Walgreens. And they were able to give me all these different discount codes, coupon cards, all this different stuff to lower the price of my meds. It was a huge help. My first month out of the hospital with all of these meds, 14, 15 meds, was probably about $120 for the month, which is outrageously cheap. The other side note to this, I didn't even write this down, but if you're on a medication you can get over the counter, see if it's cheaper to go get it over the counter, like getting aspirin over the counter. You can get 300 of them for $3 or $4 as opposed to getting 90 for $2. So think about that as well. Don't be bogged down by your insurance carrier. Like I said, use your transplant team, use your social workers. One of the big things that helped me a couple of years ago when I was on Rapamune was I actually applied for a prescription assistance program through Pfizer. I was able to apply. It was actually during COVID. So I was in between employment and I was able to get approved for a free year of medication, which is awesome. I mean, it was a couple $100 a month and I started getting it for free, which is amazing. My last tip here is that name brand may be cheaper, even if your insurance doesn't cover it. Just how I mentioned CellCept and Prograf, these are the name brands of tacrolimus and whatever CellCept is called. But because I went through the program, because I went through specialty pharmacies, I actually got them without insurance for cheaper. And that wasn't my last one. My last one on the list is look for prescription cards. Things like this, Single Care, GoodRx. Sometimes they're cheaper. I know a lot of us are on blood pressure meds. With GoodRx, you can get lisinopril for like $1 a month, which is freaking incredible. So look for all these programs, ask around, ask us. We'd love to help you save money. My next thing on the list, number 2, is talking about lab work. I went from getting labs once every 4 to 6 months to getting it weekly. And the way that my insurance works is I have to pay up front for the labs, and a tacrolimus Prograf test is between $2,000 and $3,000 out of pocket. Fortunately, my insurance had a contract with another company, so I was paying about $350 for the test. Well, I found a new website called ultalabs.com, and I'll make sure to put it in the comments. I'll put it here. That way you can find it. Ultalabs.com got that price of that lab down to about $80 to $90, which may still seem like a lot depending on what you pay now, but my total weekly is over $400 cheaper through Ulta Labs than it was through the insurance carrier's program. So again, don't be bogged down by your insurance. Don't be bogged down by what people say you have to do. There are so many other options. And a lot of times inside of the clinics, inside of the hospitals, they're only teaching you what they know. But ask around, ask your phlebotomist. They may know more about these assistant programs for labs than other people do. That's how I found Ulta Labs, was because my phlebotomist gave it to me as a recommendation and saved us a ton of money. So I hope this helps you guys. I appreciate you all being so supportive while I was gone for a month or so. Have an awesome weekend, a happy Friday, and we'll see you next time. Bye.